Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be working on this Berlingo again, this 2003 2 litre HDI. In previous videos I've done the diagnostics on it which didn't come up with any faults, and I've also removed and blanked off the EGR valve. It's running quite rough, it's not pulling properly, it's getting a bit difficult to start, and it's juddering in fourth and fifth gear, sort of 35, 40, 50 mile an hour. So I'm having to drop it down to a lower gear to keep acceleration going. So what we're going to do today is change the MAF sensor for a brand new one. I took it for a run the other night and it was terrible, so I stopped and unplugged the MAF sensor, and after that it seemed to run very well, plenty of power. So I suspect that the MAF sensors had it, so it's probably temperature sensor that's gone. So I bought a new one off eBay, 30 quid, and I'm going to get that put on and then take it for a spin. So I'll come back to you shortly. Right, I've got the bonnet up ready. I'll just show you what needs to come off, and then I'll get things removed, and then we'll start taking the MAF sensor off. So basically you've got your air filter box, you've got your MAF sensor which is there, and that's the multi-plug just there that you need to undo. This piece of pipe here, it's on a Jubilee clip, and it goes down there and it joins onto that section there. That just pulls off. Just pull it this way once you've got this end sorted out. So to do this, to unplug the multi-plug, first of all you lift that little tab up there, just pull it upwards and pull it off, and that's that off now. So what you need to do next, I'll just turn the camera around, is there's two screws. There's one at that side and then there's one down there, if you can see it, just there, that rusty screw. They're posi driver, so if you undo them and remove them, and then pull that pipe off at that end, just give that a good pull. It's come off now, look. And then you need to tilt them screws, by the way, will stay in, the captive, so they'll not drop out. Then you need to tilt the airbox this way upwards, and these two tabs will just slide out. There's one there and then there's one further down. I don't know if you can see that. There's one down there, and then this section just lifts off, and then you can look at getting to the MAF sensor and replace it. All the MAF sensor does, it just measures the amount of air coming through into the intake manifold, and with the ECU then determines what the fuel to air ratio mixture should be to keep it running smooth. So right, I'll get this took off and then we'll take a look at removing the MAF sensor. Right, I've got that section off. So that's your air filter housing, that's your MAF sensor, and that's that piece of pipe that goes further down, which I've just pulled off. So what we do next is remove this piece of pipe. It's on a Jubilee clip here. Now use a flat blade screwdriver, or preferably a small socket. I think it's an 8mm socket, so that's probably your safest bet, to use that instead of a screwdriver, so you don't slip. And then if you look on here, there's a screw there, and there's one bang opposite, just under the other side, just there, look. You need a Torx 20 to get them off. So you unscrew them, and then the MAF sensor just pulls out. So I'll get that done, and then we'll take a look at the next step. Right, I've got everything off and split down. They're the two screws, the T20s, that came off here to hold the MAF sensor on. So I've got the new MAF sensor just there. It's got a plastic cover on this end, just pull that off, and a plastic cover on there just to stop any ingress of dirt while it's been handled before it goes on. And I got this off eBay from D2P Auto Parts. It's got a 1-year guarantee, and the part number, if you look on the old MAF sensor, it's just in plastic. They're a bit difficult to read, but it's actually 5WK9621. So put that back down there. If you have a look at this box, there's your part number there, TP5WK9621. So that's what you need to put in your search. So I'll get this all assembled in the reverse sequence that it came off, and then I'll show you that assembled, and then we'll get it back on the vehicle. Right, before I reassemble it, I forgot to mention, on the MAF sensor you've got a rubber ring here, a rubber O-ring that goes right round. Okay, stops any leakage when it goes into the air filter box. You don't get that with the new MAF sensor, so you have to take that off, put it on this end of the new one. What I'd suggest you do is just put a bit of silicone grease just with your finger, just round this. It stops it pinching and makes it easy to get it in that aperture. So I thought I'd best mention that. So I'll get it put back together and come back to you shortly. Right, that's all back on. Took about 3 minutes to do that. So airbox is all back on with them 2 screws. There's one there and one at the other side, like we said earlier. That pipe's pushed back on down here. Quite a good fit. Make sure it's pushed right down forward. And this end's back on here. You're probably better off tightening this Jubilee clip up when it's all on. Just gives you a bit more flexibility getting that pipe on. So the last thing to do then now is plug this multi-plug in so you get a firm click. There you go. And that's it. That's how you change a MAF sensor from the 2003 Berlingo 2 litre HDI. And it's a multi-space. That doesn't really make any difference. They're all the same. Right, so all I need to do now then is take it for a run and see how it performs. So I'll come back and let you know how it went on. Cheers. Right, I've took it for a run and started up first time, no problems at all. Got plenty of power and acceleration. The juddering, I've still got a little bit of juddering, so I need to get to the bottom of that. I think if I go to like 40-45 in 4th gear, and then I can have a smooth transition over to 50. But it's still juddering until it picks up speed. I found if I ease off the accelerator slightly, it does help. So I still need to get on top of that. I'm going to probably look at cleaning the throttle body with some carb cleaner. Check the engine mountings just to make sure that they're all secure. Although I doubt it's a problem with them. And also check the gearbox oil. So I'll get back to you on that. My next video, I'm going to be replacing the rear light unit on this Berlingo, the driver's side. I don't know if you can see that. It's got a slight crack in it, so I'll be changing that on my next video, so stay tuned. If this video was any help and you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, it'd be appreciated. Any comments or questions, leave them below and I'll get back to you. Cheers, thanks.